This video is sponsored by Gportal. I host my servers with them, and you can too. Save 5% with the link in the description. Subscribe for more Valheim. So this next one we're going to go to is one of our builders who just pretty much amazes everybody with what he does. Let's see. He's right over here. Kordama, he's right here with us. Kordama, can you take us to your place?
Let's go, Kordama.
Oh, wow, we're zoning in here. Somebody was asking, are we going to see any Darkwood doors like the Darkwood Gate? Like, we love that gate, and I remember you telling the story of how it was sort of a last-minute thing because of the trailer that you guys did.
Yes. Yeah.
Will we see any of the smaller doors in the Darkwood style? We're just going to follow Kordama while we talk here.
Do we need them, though? Is it just for the color, you think? Or
Well, yeah, it's a decorative thing, right? Like, functionally, we have the door that we need to do the thing we need.
Because it felt like a natural progression, having the first little door, and then the bigger door, and then having a big gate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I mean, anything can. Maybe not during early access. Wait, how do I get past here? There. Okay,
oh yeah, it's a little crowded, but I think this is like his little tavern area. Yep.
But I think definitely like post the new what's it called, like 1.0. I guess we'll have more stuff coming out than in there. But I don't think I find it hard to see that it's going to be a high priority getting in one door. But who knows? We have Eric. Eric is good at throwing cool stuff in. So
yeah. So Kordama found this island. It's a black forest island. It's a small island, and he's basically turned it into his oasis. And one of the things
really cool.
Yeah, one of the things I love is how he used the round logs here to create the fencing along the path.
It feels very Japanese somehow.
Yeah, and it fits in with the trees and just the style of the natural environment, rather than using gates or the little pen fences that we have. And I think he's even spaced them out so, like, they're just far enough apart that you can't get through and mobs can't just easily walk through them.
Ah, smart.
Yeah. And he's got his little garden over there. And of course, it looks really pretty when all the flowers are there.
Nice.
And I love people like to decorate with the beehives, actually. And you'll see them mounted in different ways. And here they just used a little slanted log to mount it. To make it look like it's mounted on the tree there.
One thing we were discussing, this looks beautiful. The first, it looks really, really nice over here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some kind of well here as well. Some kind of secret entrance to hell.
It does look like you could go down there and explore.
Yeah.
Of course, we can't do caves in the terrain, but
I was thinking, like, I saw the beehives here. We were discussing at one point if we wanted to have like bees being able to pollinate your crops and stuff, your flowers, and increase your yield or something like that. But it just doesn't fit. There's no real easy way to try to explain that you need beehives to do that in a good way without having too much tutorial kind of feel to it. And it maybe also is just complicating things as well. But I still like the idea, though, that bees could help you get a bigger yield or something like that. Will help it grow faster or something.
All this power is made possible by my Zydax gaming PC. Get a great deal on your next gaming PC with my link in the description. Yeah, those little mechanics always seem interesting, but it seems like Valheim, all of you who've worked on it have really figured out the most intuitive way to present the mechanics. Like I never felt like I didn't understand something and I had to play the game on Google. So many games, I feel like half the time I'm on Google trying to figure out how to play the game. But I never felt that with Valheim. It's very
That's good, because
intuitive.
that's one of our philosophies, that we really don't want to do a complicated game. You should understand what the button is, what it does, and what happens. That's what Richard tells us to do. So we try to follow that as much as we can.
Well, yeah, I think he's got a great vision when it comes to that. So this was Kordama's workshop. One of the interesting things he did down here in the basement area, where he has some storage, is he dug down so that you could see the water underneath, because he's so close to the water line, and then built the grates over it. And he has light sources down in there. Actually, it looks like he has the stone golem trophy in there. And this looks really neat at night too. But it's a different type of flooring.
Go get some fishes and throw down some fishes down here. You should have like koi fishes here.
Oh, there you go, Kordama.
You got a key down there as well. This is so interesting. This is so cool.
Oh yeah, at night it's all glowing and illuminating under your feet, which is, this. You can't really get a flooring like this unless you build over water. Yeah, one of the features that I thought was really cool and made me think, okay, now I've got to copy that in one of my builds. So what do we got next, Kordama? Oh, so while we're running over to the next location, the Mistlands, the old Mistlands, it seems like a lot of work went into that. Was that just always supposed to be a temporary environment, or was it under consideration for being a more permanent environment?
No, it's always been the idea to revisit. So he wanted to generate all the biomes, so we know that we have specific places for everything, and it felt correct, and just fill it out with something.
No, okay.
I remember when I started working with Richard and Henrik, it was basically the first day we were flying around, and he showed me Mistlands, and he was talking a lot about the ideas and everything, and I was like, oh, this is super cool. But I think that's the cool thing when we work with stuff, is like we let it sit there and let it marinate for a while, and it's good that we had it there, because now we want something different there.
Oh, right.
So at one point, Richard wanted big spiders and creepy stuff going on over there. But now the vision has changed slightly.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly. It's going to... It's going to be cool. This is basically the only thing that I'm actually super hyped about. Hearth and Home was okay, but Mistlands is something like oh my god.
Well, that one image that he released was very telling. Just in that one little image, at least with what we might be able to see.
The last one or the first one? No, the last one with the mists and everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. He did release two. The one where the character is standing like on the cliff, looking out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty cool over there, I might say.
Well, we're all very excited, and I won't push you for any spoilers, because I don't like spoilers.
Spoil that you will die. You will die so many times that you want to go back to Old Mistlands. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah.
People are going to like it more when it was empty, I think.
So there's an interesting tower built at the top of that building. Kordama, what building is this that we're about to go into? Oh, this is his Great Hall.
The Great Hall. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a very cool tower.
Yeah, it's an example of where, like, having more roof options, he'd be able to do different things with it. But yeah, he's got this grand entrance here with the giant fires.
Nice, cool. I like how the light just shines in at the top there. Sorry, I'm just going to look here at the god rays for a small second.
I know, I love those rays. Because I'm actually a filmmaker in real life, and
yeah.
That kind of lighting we only get during the the morning and the late afternoon when we're actually filming outdoors. You get maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes of that beautiful lighting. Call it magic hour. You might have heard that term.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's a bit easier doing filmmaking in Valheim, because you can just set the time and like, okay, you've got a few hours to do this, so no worries. Out in the real world, like, get your shit together. Go, shoot, go, we're rolling.
I've had crews literally running across the field with the camera in hand and everything to set up for a shot. Actually, my creative videos that I do that aren't just more the informational or the reporting the news of Valheim, the creative ones, I love the few tools that we have with the free fly and the smooth camera and just all the lighting and atmospheric effects. It's so easy to make things look beautiful.
And I remember there was one of the Coffee Stain Studio publishing team. I don't remember who it was. It was a guy. But anyway, he sent me a link a few weeks ago. He was like, you guys have to check this out. This is amazing. This is so hilarious. And it was the one where you're like basically a cowboy and you're chopping wood, I think, with the logs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was one of my more fun. I found just the right soundtracks to make it feel, because music is so important, as you know, too, with that video that you released, that it adds the atmosphere to the environment. But yeah, I tried to make that funny, and that was one of the videos that sort of kept me thinking, I want to do these two characters more running around in Valheim. Doing different things.
Well, that's fun when you can find a character who you just bring along for the journey and bring him up. Yeah.
I had played with a couple of different things, but some people tell me that it's kind of cringy. They don't like the cheesy cowboy slang accents, but other people seem to love it. So you can't please everybody.
No, you can't please everybody. That's that's impossible.
Yeah. So
I really like how you have the glass and everything from here. It looks like a big Viking church, almost, or big Great Hall.
Oh yeah, the Great Hall over there. It's pretty amazing. The spectacular views. This area here is just goes to the far end of the island, and he sort of has it set up for other people to build when they want to join his community here. So he's already got these big circles where they could claim and they could build, or they could go further down the island. Oh, you see all the plants that are on the ground, Grimmcore? I'm sure you're familiar with all of them. Some people were asking if we'll ever be able to decorate with those various plants, because a lot of people love decorating, and the only sort of plant decoration we have is, the vegetables and whatnot, the trees, and then we have the ability to bring back the grass with the cultivator, but placing specific things. Ferns and plants, we don't have that ability. Is that something that has ever been considered?
It's nothing we've actually talked about that much. But one thing that I'm trying to, I think Richard liked the idea as well, but we just haven't figured out how to do it just yet. And it's not a high prio kind of thing. But the vines on the houses?
Yeah.
Those
vines on the houses are so beautiful.
It would be cool if we could plant them next to a wall, and they would generate, they would grow themselves, and you could cover houses in them. That's something I think would be really cool.
Yeah, a few people on the server have found the little Viking villages that have those vines pre-existing on those houses, and they've built their building around it, preserving it.
Really cool, because it feels like I'm under the ground now.
Oh, we are, yeah. I'd like to give a huge shout out to my supporters, some of them on Patreon, the YouTube membership, and the ones who help boost our Discord server. Your support means the world to me and inspires me to make more videos, as well as run a community Discord and multiple Valheim gaming servers. If you enjoy my videos and would like to support my work, join our friendly Discord community and Valheim servers. Links can be found in the description below. Skål!